Donald Trump has been trying for almost a month now to distract from the Epstein story, to give out little bits of information or browbeat his fans into not caring about it, talking about it being a Democratic hoax, talking about Obama and Russia and all that stuff. And weeks have gone by. And none of those distractions worked in getting people off the story. But weeks and weeks have gone by, and have those weeks done what the distractions couldn't? Have they sapped people's interest in this scandal and the cover up? That is the case that Harry Enten is gonna make.
Google searches for Epstein down 89% versus just 3 weeks ago, falling through the floor. It is no longer the top term searched alongside Donald Trump's name. That's been trading off between Taros and Vladimir Putin, with obviously the meeting coming up later this week. But at this particular point, the American people's interest in this story, it's quickly becoming something of a nothing burger. Trump's approval rating in July of 2025, it was 45%. It's still well within that margin of error here at 44%. And you compare that to where he was in his first term at this point, he was at 37%. So he's 7 points higher, and more than that among Republicans. His approval rating is near a record high, hovering right at about that 90% mark. So no, he hasn't lost any of that base.
So look, the fact that it's not like people don't cite it as the most important topic, like you can see this graphic, only one person cited it in mid-July as the most important topic. I don't necessarily think that means people don't care about it. Is it the most important thing happening right now? I don't know. The tariff stuff is pretty important. I think the genocide in Gaza is pretty important. So that doesn't necessarily mean nobody cares. The fact that he's only lost like 1 or 2 points of Republicans, despite the most stumbling and bumbling, obvious cover up ever, with all these updates of, oh no, it turns out his name was in there and they redacted it. Actually, it's in the files 1,000 times. And oh, by the way, he sent his personal lawyer to Ghislaine Maxwell. And oh, what do you know? Right after that, she got put into a minimum security prison. And oh, according to Raw Story 2 hours ago, she might have been cleared for work release. We'll see about that. The Raw Story is the only place that I'm seeing that so far, but evidently she might have been cleared to leave prison for work release. It's all transparent, and yet he doesn't seem to have lost much of MAGA, despite the fact that MAGA has been QAnoned out for years, and this is an obvious cover up. By the way, he's gotten a big assist. Fox News has not said anything about all this. They've devoted, according to Media Matters, more than 7 times as much coverage to Sydney Sweeney's jeans than they did to this obvious political cover up. Nina, what do you think about this? Have people moved on? Is it still an issue? Should people care? What do you think?
No, yeah, definitely people should care, but have they moved on? Your points are right on. Paying for my groceries. AP just came out with a poll that said about 86% of Americans are stressed about buying groceries. 76% are stressed about paying at their job. And then about 75% are stressed about housing. So yeah, it might not rate at the top, but people should be. And I think people are still concerned about this. And the media, for that reporter to say it's a nothing burger, I would ask the victims, do they think it's a nothing burger? It is the journalist, it is journalists' responsibility to continue to cover this story, whether people are Googling it or not. We've just lost all, well, I shouldn't say lost all humanity. I mean, this welcome to America.
Yeah, 100% right. And by the way, the fact that he's gone this whole month and has never had to acknowledge the victims, other than that they were his property.
John, one other quick point, because I know our producers are saying we have to go, but this is not new. Like, people should definitely understand this. Just the obscenity of it all is what's stunning to us. But this stuff is not new, and we really got to search deep into our souls what type of country we want to be, because we already know where we are and what we have been, for sure.
Yeah, and what we expect out of a president. The fact that we lift up maybe the worst person in our country, we hand the reins of power. Maybe at some point we can stop doing that.